You know what's fun for me is I'm sitting here with Jason Hornady. And Jason, this is an incredible hunt. What's fun to me is you've got a bunch of great people assembled from the industry and from Hornady. You know, a lot of the people you work with. And that's one of the things I noticed and was impressed about, not only with Tom's operation, you know, to be Wild Country Outfitters and how organized they are, but you guys are not only organized, but you're really going out. Every single one of the guys from Hornady, you're going out, and the gals, with the hunters and enjoying the experience, even if they're not hunting.
Right. You know, the whole thing is if you're going to do what we do, which is generally sell fun, we got to go have a little bit too, and you got to go see and watch what's going on with the products that we make and sell. And we're doing it with some partners, and we're out here on a conservation lease, and it's beautiful. And here in northeastern Utah, the leaves have changed, and it's fun for us to just be out with people we like.
And one of the things I noticed too, guys were coming in yesterday, and I saw one of the guys run up, and he's like, he had to show you his bullet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we dug it out. Look at this expansion. You know, and he was all proud of that. And that's one of the things that's always impressed me about you guys is not only do you make sometimes specific ammunition for things like, the black ammunition, specifically for AR type rifles, but also bullets for specific purposes, whether that's, you guys saw a need for longer range stuff, like with the ELDX, you needed stuff that would expand at, to slower velocities as people were reaching out longer range. The VMAX, for predators, which I love, expand perfectly, but you guys have designed a lot of stuff for specific purposes when you don't really have to. You guys are innovating in an industry right now where you're selling everything, but you're continuing to innovate. What charges you to do that?
Well, you touched on a couple different things. One is, yeah, it's really busy right now, but it won't be busy forever. Things will slow down. Everybody should keep buying stuff. We'll keep making it. I promise, keep shooting. But if you don't keep innovating and you don't keep looking at your own stuff and trying to make it better, you'll just get kind of stale. And so this year, one of the things we're changing is we've changed our monolithic bullets. We've got a brand new line coming out called the CX, and we've modified the boat tail some. We've changed the groove radiuses. We've given it an ELD tip, so it's got a heat shield tip. So we've changed the range where that was a 1 to 400 yard bullet before. Now it's you choose the range. We're not going to tell you which way to go, but a hard hitting monolithic bullet that we improved the BC on it 5 to 10%. That doesn't sound like a lot, but if anybody made an airplane and could improve the aerodynamics of that airplane 5 to 10%, they would be on it like that. And so that's what we did with that bullet, and we're testing it out here with guys right now, and it's working pretty well.
That's incredible. That's what's fun to me is watching everybody, and even at my camp, when guys are come out, it's neat to watch how interested people are in performance. And back in the day, factory ammunition didn't perform as well as it did now. You had to reload. If you were a serious shooter or hunter, I had to reload. You'd always find something that wouldn't work for your rifle, but now you guys offer everything. I tell guys, it's terrible. You guys sell a lot of reloading equipment.
We do.
And it's awesome. Yep. But you don't really have to anymore. There's so many good options in the factory stuff you guys have. It's amazing.
And when we started getting serious about ammunition, that was one of the things is we wanted to make it as close to what a hand loader would do and how it would work. Everything runs across the same set of tools all the time. So this cartridge and the next one next to it are as close to as exact as we can make them. Yeah, you can still wring some stuff out as a hand loader. And
oh yeah.
The guns have gotten a lot better too. So
and the scopes.
And the scopes.
You look at those. Those turrets are amazing to me.
They are. It just changed everything. So people are practicing more, which I love, of course.
Yeah, keep shooting.
Keep shooting. But people are practicing more, and so everybody starts to get really a lot more excited about accuracy and how it performs, and that's great. That's why we do it. We sell fun.
And another thing that you guys are kind of cutting edge in, I don't want to pat your back too much, but I love the fact, and I show all my clients, one of the advantages to the Hornady ammunition and the boxes you guys make, you guys were one of the first ones to come up and put everything right on the box. And I that was huge, because I would say, hey, what does your bullet drop? Well, I don't know. And I'm like, well, here's a Hornady box, and it's got it, not only the muzzle velocity listed, but it's going to show you if you have a 0 here, it's going to drop 200, 300, 400, here's exactly what it does. So that helps me as a guide to go, oh, what are you shooting? Boom, I can look at it. Or when I'm shooting my own stuff. So the fact that you guys continue to do that and put all that information on the box for a guy,
right,
whether he has a ballistic turret or not, it can help him out.
And all of that stuff comes from doing trips just like this one, where somebody goes, hey, what's the velocity on that? You got your box? Yeah. Oh, yes, we do. And I can tell you how that happened. I don't know if it was my dad or who it was, but somebody from our company was on a trip like this, and what's our velocity? What's this thing doing at, 200, 300? Oh, well, that's not an answer.
Right.
Yeah, we try to think about it the same way you guys do, and that's that's why we keep trying to improve.
Well, and I love the fact that everybody I've met at Hornady, they're hunters, they're shooters, they're outdoors people, men and women. We were hiking with Renee the other day, and she's picking up elk sheds. You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, it's a long walk, and she's carrying an extra 10 pounds. And I'm like, how cool? But she loved it. We sat on the hill, and there's elk bugling all around us, and I'm like, that's so cool. And we got to go out with Will too. Who with the Rapid Safe. Which, speaking of the safety aspect, the vault doors, the Rapid Safe. Which as many handguns are getting sold in the country right now. You and me have sat down and talked about safety and what an issue that is, because we have more handgun owners out there right now that really aren't proficient. It used to be if you were buying handguns, you had some idea how to use them, how to load them, how to operate them safely. We've got people that are buying handguns for different reasons now. A lot of times it's self-defense. They're scared, because of what's going on in the country, and they don't know them as well. So that's where safety's even more important, and you guys picked up on that.
Yeah, you can't argue with reliable safety for your firearm. I mean, that is the most important thing that we all do. We all preach it. We all talk about it. I mean, rule number 1, don't shoot Jason. I'm Jason. But we came up with an RFID technology so you could gain quick access, which is what you want in situations where you might have bought it for protection. You want to keep it away from people you don't want to have access to, clearly. And we have taken that line and run with it, and we try to come up with things like our Night Guard that we did this last year, and it's been our most successful security product ever. And it sits on your nightstand. It looks like an alarm clock, but yet you take a sticker on your phone, wand it in front of the thing, and it pops open. But your kids can't get it. They can't walk away with it. It weighs 14 pounds before you put anything in it. And so it's just trying to, again, think like our customer, be that person, and how would I want my storage to look like? And you know what, if I can have it that quick and that handy, that's great. We've got a vehicle safe. I don't want to have it loose in my car or in a box that can get ripped out. So we've got a unit for a safe, and it doesn't look like a safe. It looks like stereo equipment.
I also want to touch on the fact that I get calls all the time. I'm sure that's not even incremental to the number of calls you guys get. Like, why can't I find the ammunition I need? And I know it's like beating a dead horse, and people hit you up with this all the time. But I like to touch base with it because I think a lot of people aren't aware of what Hornady's doing. You guys are like, we're making them as quick as we can. So talk about what you guys are doing to match, the increased demand for ammunition out there.
The consumer demand spiked so quickly that, and we increased our gun ownership between 6 and 10 million people in 1 year. How does any industry react to that? If you told the NFL they had to add 6 million seats to the stadiums around the United States, what would they say to you? Or if you told the car makers, you got to add 6 million, they'd all.
Take us 10 years.
Yeah, it's going to take forever. And we had that. We had those new people. We had all the people that are already doing it. They had a lot of idle time, so they spent more time at the range doing stuff that was fun. It's truly self-distancing at the range. Right. And so all those things turn into this demand that is production capacity, which we are making more and more than we ever have before. It just doesn't feel like we are. And that kind of comes back to the whole, I promise, keep shooting, because we're going to keep making it. And it won't last forever like this. It'll get caught up, but we have more employees than we ever have. We've got more equipment with more equipment on the way, and we're doing our best to make sure that everybody's got the stuff they want. And again, keep shooting it. We're going to keep making it. I promise. I got kids to feed. I got one in college and one about to be, so we're going to keep making it.
I love it. One of the other things that you and me had talked about this the other day is job opportunities. Mm-hmm. So I get a lot of people that'll either come through hunting, or a lot of young men and women that are looking for jobs in the industry. They see all the fun that we have, and we have a great job. Right. Look at the great group of people you have here. Every one of those guys I'd hang out with. You know what I mean? They're super. I've made friends here. A lot of these guys are friends of yours, and some of your best friends are here. The people that you love to hang out with, whether it's work related or not. So let's talk a little bit about job opportunities at Hornady, because I get a lot of people that ask that, and I'd like to kind of go over that. If you're looking for a pretty awesome job, don't think it's not available. There's jobs available for people in the outdoor industry. So if somebody's looking at getting in on Hornady, and you guys have some amazing opportunities too, as far as insurance and profit sharing and things like that, what do they do?
You know what? Hornady.com. Go there, check out careers, and we have it for almost every place in the plant. Only place is my job. I'm still using it, so please don't apply for that one. But anything from bullet press operators to maintenance to engineering to design to machinists, any of those. And I tell you, one of the things we love is if we get a farm kid or somebody who's just mechanically inclined and we get them in our system, then we'll teach them how to do a lot of different things. And it's fascinating because it's not just mechanics, but it's mechanics with IT, with engineering, and everybody works together as a team. And I tell you, one of the best compliments we get when we take people through the building is your people look happy, they look like they're having fun, and part of that's because we have it air conditioned in 90 and 100 degree weather, but they're happy they're not outside. But I would hang out with any of our employees. They're all great people. And mid-Nebraska is God's country.
Yeah, and when I went through the plant tour, I saw the same thing. It's like, how long have you been here? 30 years. You know what I mean? And family members. It was really neat.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is a great atmosphere there. So if you're thinking about a job in the industry, or you're watching some of these shows and going, man, I'd like to be in on that, or I'd like to do something like that, way more than the job I'm doing, check it out at Hornady.com. Jason, as always, thank you, man.
Appreciate you.
I've enjoyed hanging out with you as always.
It's always
been
fun.
And keep cranking them out because people are still shooting them.
We will. You keep doing your thing.